We are super excited to have you guys on this episode today.
You kind of do got to step out on faith, love traveling.
Believe you have it, then you will achieve it.
Do you feel like it's a stigma for women who date multiple men?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I definitely think it's a stigma. For some reason, it's always like towards us, we always are antagonized, and I feel like it's kind of like a taboo. If you hear about a woman dating multiple men, they think that she's effing everybody, and that does not mean that. Like literally, that could just mean you're casually dating somebody, like you're literally going on dates with them, like you're in like a casual relationship. You know, nothing serious. You're just trying to get to know them, like the talking phase. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that person personally, because I feel like if you put your eggs all in one basket, put so much effort into somebody else, you kind of get attached to them quicker, and you don't really, it like kind of clouds your judgment. Like at least with dating different men, you can kind of see what you want and what you don't want to deal with, you know?
Yeah, I'm always team date multiple men. I always have a roster. Like I cannot do no roster, but because then men and women date differently. A man would be like this, and he over here dating this woman and dating that woman, not even telling you. And so with women, we're like so caught up, and it's like, oh, I like him, but it's like, what has he shown you to even like him? Right. So it's just like, no, like women date differently and women get attached, but it's like, you really got to be like, okay, like, no, I'm going to meet this dude this one or do this one, that one, and just like hang out with them. And that's to your point. Like, you don't have to have sex with all of them and that you're dating. That's literally what dating is. And I think the stigma about that is like, when we hear dating, it's like, oh, we're like, what's it called? Not like girlfriend, boyfriend, but like we're going steady or something like that. And it's like, no, like, the true definition of dating is you're just dating. You're just, you know, getting to know people. You're not exclusive of what I was trying to word. Like, you're not exclusive. I'm not like dating you. You people even do friend dates. You date friends, you know? So like you see that. So it's like, even take that mentality. Like you date friends, you be like, okay, do I want to hang out with her more? I go on one day with her.
Like literally we did that with Bumble. Like we had to experiment, go out with different people to see if our personality is going to click. What do we have in common? It's the same thing when you with a nigga. Like you have to literally see, is he going to be fit for me? Like,
instead of being like, oh, that's my man, like I'm gonna call him that's my man, that's my, like, no, that is not your name, man. That's not your man. Like you just met him. You need to watch him a little bit. Okay, Judge Lynn told you need to watch him. You need to see. And then that's when women get so stuck, because you see that. But like even with Nola Darling, she was like, okay, I like Mars for this one. I like Granted, it's like they teach you something different. It's like, okay, I mean, granted, you want to have it all as one, you know, as one person. But it was just like, okay, I'm fun. I'm having fun. Oh, she was 30. She just turned 30. She's like, I'm having fun and just like living life. And so it's like she has her career. She's going to date. She's going to have fun. And so I feel like a lot of women aren't like given that time to just like have fun. I don't want to call it like a whole phase or whatever. Right. But you haven't watched it. But even Tia Mowry,
I was about to mention her. I was like,
she doesn't have a whole phase. She was like raised up in the church and military, stuff like that. You date to marry. So it's not even like having a whole phase, which she dated for 2 years, but I don't really know. She said she met Corey at 20, so I don't know if she just didn't find nobody at 18. And she's Tia Mowry, so she might have been busy.
But she definitely didn't have sex because she lost her virginity to Corey, right?
Well, she didn't have sex until she was 25.
Was it with Corey or was it with somebody else? Okay, so Corey. She didn't have sex until she got married then.
Yeah.
She did. So,
Yeah, but I'm like, but they was dating since she was 20. So 20, for 5 years they didn't have sex.
Right.
But what I'm saying is though, before she met Corey, I don't know how much she was dating between those 2 years from 18. I was like, she was busy, so I don't even know if she had that, but it's like, we're like not taught. We're taught to like date one person, marry them. It's not like we're not taught to like date around, see what you like, figure out what you like. And in general, how do we even know what we like if we haven't even been in those situations? Right. So at this point, it's just like I'm just dating. Like, okay, I can see I like if my man calls me this time. I'm like, okay, no, I don't like when he don't call me. I'm like, oh, I like when he asked me to go out there. So I'm like, oh, I don't like this dude. Oh, like he too high temper. Like, no. But you never know if you only really know one person. Specific, like I would say specifically when you're younger, what you like and what you dislike. So
now as adults, like with us dating multiple men, do you think it's cool to date, like, because you know we're in Louisville, so it's small. Do you think it's cool to date multiple men in one city, or you think you kind of should spread them out, like have somebody like in Cincinnati, Atlanta, Louisville, you know
what's so funny?
Whatever you're on dates and like you, because I just feel like sometimes, like, if you tell a man, like, you date another man, they be feeling some type of way about it.
You don't tell them you're dating other men.
But to my point, it's like, so what if you're on a date with somebody and they see you out and they're like, oh, so you know, even though they know you're not exclusive, what do they feel some type of way about it? And like,
then that's their fault. They didn't lock you up. You didn't clink it down. That's your fault.
Right.
I'm dating out here. We're not dating exclusively. There ain't really no ring on my finger. You didn't ask me to be your girlfriend. True. You didn't give me the Instagram picture girlfriend. So we're just dating. We're having fun. And
so you're fine with dating men in a multiple city then?
Yeah, I am fine with that. But also I'm like, but who he with at the club, or who he will when he seen you.
Exactly.
But no, I was gonna say it's funny because I was going to Philly. I like Philly. I went to Philly like once or twice in the same year or whatever. And I was on Instagram. I just like show my travels over. I don't really like dudes following me on Instagram, but it happened. And then I was telling this dude like, oh, I was going to Philly. I forgot what he was saying. He was like, oh, you got a dude up there or something like that. I was like, what? Like, I don't have
why is that the first thing on his frontal lobe? Like, why is he asking you that question? That's giving insecure.
Yes, like, oh, like, why are you asking me if I have a man in Philly? Or like, he's like, oh, I thought that's what you travel for. So you think I'm traveling?
You traveling for niggas? What?
Yeah, like he thought that I was traveling there just because I'm going somewhere. So I was like, that's funny though. So I think about that even because now I think about it because I'm like, if I go to Mexico again, they can be like, girl, do you got a man over there?
Right.
Because it's like I do travel to the same city sometimes, or I do travel a lot. People could think whatever, but it's like no, like if I'm traveling, I'm traveling. But to your point, no, I don't mind having dudes in different cities. Honestly, that's really when I get on dating apps because it's like I want to meet dudes in other cities. So it's like, okay, I'm going to change my dating app to that thing. Some dudes don't like it. They be so mad, but I be like, it's not that serious. Like, so yeah, I would have a dude in somewhere else. Like, it doesn't matter to me because if I'm dating them all now, like if it's like, if I'm in a relationship, like I wouldn't, of course, be on the dating app. Some of y'all be on the dating apps. Right. But no, I don't mind like talking to a dude in Cincy, talking to a dude in LA, talking to a dude in New York. Because it's like,
yeah, because you talk to people long distance, like when I first met you, because you said you was talking to somebody, I think in Alabama or something before, and then.
Now he might watch this podcast.
Oh. Well, ma'am.
Yes.
But yes. And then I think, yeah.
I did. I was trying to figure out one.
I think it was Alabama. Was it?
I don't know.
It was somewhere down south, I feel like.
Was it Georgia?
I don't know. Something like that.
When I met you, the dude that...
you wasn't like dating him. Like you had talked to him from Bumble or something, I think. I'm not really sure. Could have swore
the dude that I'm thinking about wasn't from Alabama, but I talked to 2 dudes in Alabama, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. It might be just a different person, but I do remember you saying that or something.
Alabama was having me in her chokehold. Another dude from Alabama, I can't do Alabama. Can't do it no more.
I've never actually like went to Alabama like as an adult. No, like I've only like not off topic, but I've only been there as a kid. And like I wanted to see like how Montgomery in Birmingham was, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be a fan of it though. But I do know like black people do live down there. I don't know how good it is for the dating scene.
I would say when I was in Georgia though, Birmingham is like 2 hours Montgomery. Yeah. So that's why I knew a lot of more dudes from Alabama.
Gotcha.
Because it's like an hour and a half away or something like that. They're very country. They're very country. So they're coming from that. Georgia's a whole different thing. Atlanta's a whole different thing. So them are country dudes. Like they're gonna want to. I don't want to say a country girl, but they're gonna want a different type of woman because they're from there.
Exactly.
Or like because of how they was raised. So that's another thing too. Knowing where you're talking to dudes from is very interesting. But I mean, I've been in a lot of cities. Actually, I've been in a lot of cities in Alabama. I've been to Huntsville, Montgomery, Birmingham, Selma, and somewhere else. My cousin actually lives in Mobile and some of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mobile. That's like on the border of New Orleans or something.
Something like that. Yeah, because I think I talked to the dude that I talked to before he lived in Mobile and he would go to New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know.
Maybe
I blocked him. I blocked both of them. So,
girl, you already know my block list is heavy. Like scroll.
Old news. But that's why you got to date them all, sis, because they be getting blocked. They don't be doing right. Block them.
Yeah.
Block. That's just me. But what do you think about cuffing season coming up? It's October. Cuffing season happening. November.
I'm not
holidays.
About to be cuffed. So,
but do you think it's cuffing season is real, or do you feel like it's just like something?
I do think like when I was younger, I think people really put emphasis on it because they would be like, "Oh, it's boo up season. Like the holidays is coming. It's about to be colder, so you need to get you a boo." Blah blah blah. But I don't really look at it like that anymore. I'm not pressed anymore. I was really never pressed like some people were because literally some girls I've worked with, they will be like, "Oh, I really need a man to come home with me to the holidays." And I'm like, y'all really think like that? Like y'all really got to have somebody come to Thanksgiving. Like, what if y'all break up between Thanksgiving and New Year's? Then it's like they met your family for what, Like, I've never had that mindset of like letting just any man meet my family. Like, I'd rather meet his parents than he meet mine. Like, I think in my lifespan, only 3 guys I've ever met my parents, and like one was my prom date. That was high school. That didn't really count. And then I had a high school boyfriend that met my parents, and then my ex from a couple years ago, he met them. And other than that, that was really it. Like, I told them about other guys I dated. They're like, well, we know that you're not serious about him if he doesn't come to our house. So, you know, I've never had that mindset of like, let me bring somebody home for the holidays. So I feel like I look at cuffing season in a different light. I don't really put emphasis on it like that for real. Like, oh, I need to have somebody because the winter season's cold. I'd rather just snuggle with my blanket and some hot chocolate at this point and be in peace than dealing with somebody that's lying to me or cheating on me or something. I'm not saying all men do that, but I'm not going to just date somebody just for the sake of it. No. Like, so I don't know if it's real per se. I feel like that was like a younger thing, but it could still exist now. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it does exist. I feel like I'm opposite too. Like, I'm not really like, I want to bring somebody home. I feel like those are the most precious time. It's like, he is meeting your family. You might break up. So it's like, I would rather him like join me for my birthday or join me on like a different holiday. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas is like so close together. New Year's. Now I would say I want cuffing season because I want the gifts. I want a Christmas gift.
Okay.
I know my gift. I don't have no boo for Christmas, but I didn't know like what I want for my Christmas gift. So it's like I think about that and then you think about Valentine's Day. So I think that's what I think about when it's cuffing season. Like, okay, let me get a man so you know I can do like, I don't like cute pajama pictures or whatever like that. You know, it's like more about that. But I think about that more or less than like meeting my family. But I don't introduce my family to people. Now my brothers, they actually do introduce them to. I don't really do that. That's just not me. But my one guy friend, he's from Georgia. He loves my dad and my parents. He was like, what they do? I'm like, why are you worried about them? You don't even know them. And he loves them so much. I'd be like, what the heck?